Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Khorasan Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Rajskub. Mary Lynn Rajskub.
What is happening?
I am so happy that you are here,
Yes.
and we are robots. The thing is about Mary Lynn is not only have we always loved you from hanging at Largo in the 90s into the 2000s up till now.
God, there's been just...
You have been out there killing it in stand-up, and you made a commitment to say, I want to go into the clubs, the hard clubs to get into. I almost feel like your commitment to come to the Comedy Store and the Improv on a weekly basis was made just for us so that we would have someone that we liked hanging out with. Did you do that for us? Did you do that just for us?
I feel bad when you guys aren't there. I feel like it's
you
a
were
gift
there last night at the Comedy Store, and I was like, "Where's Mary Lynn?" We walked around for real.
Where's our
looking
touchstone?
Do we have to put in for spots like with you?
I think so.
Let's just get the text chain together
because we just have moments together, but it's always the best.
It
and
makes
you guys gave me a tag to that thing that I still have to work out. Again.
Have you done it yet?
But also, here's the thing. I did
Your
3 shows Sunday after a week of local shows, and the weekend before that was New Jersey, Philadelphia, came home, did a show that night, did shows all that week, and I'm like, this is what I do. Sunday, 3 shows. Monday, I was like, I quit.
Yeah, I'm out.
I am done. What's today? Thursday?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a writer now.
I retired.
Yep.
Guess what I did? I sat at the computer and I wrote like 100 words and I was like, I cannot do this. How can I not talk to anybody? How can I not do anything and pay my mortgage? I'm done. I'm done trying. I'm done.
No. But we have
putting it out there.
So we get great stories, Mary Lynn, sent to us by our wonderful fans, our dumb ears on the ground.
Agreed.
They're not dumb, but they're just like
their ears are
almost like
listening.
wind talkers.
Listening.
You know what I mean? They can hear it.
Their ears are on the dumb ground.
Their ears are on the dumb ground. Their ears are smart. They're on the dumb ground. They hear what's coming, and they send us wonderful and great stories. Daniel gets them. We don't know what's going on. So would you like to jump into a story right away?
I can't wait.
Let's do it.
All right. This was sent in by Bone Crusher at Bone Crusher 82. Didn't we
I
once
love
have a
this
cop
woman.
named Bone?
Oh, yeah.
Bone Break.
Bone Break.
We had a Bone Break.
Bone
there was
Break.
a cop named Bone Break, which is, I mean, name yourself for the job you're going to have.
Police brutality.
At Bone Crusher 82. Fort Worth.
Yeah.
You
Texas.
totally
I feel
ran over my
protected.
joke.
Well,
You're
I'm
like,
sorry. What
"Fuck."
was it, brother?
I said I love this woman. Fort Worth.
Might be. It might be.
We're going to Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Please, all the smart people in Fort Worth, come see our show on Friday
And
night.
bring dumb people with you.
Please. Our joke about Fort Worth, Texas is that they are so proud of the fact that Kennedy did not die there in Fort Worth. That he
stayed
died
in the
up
hotel
Dallas. It's like, because they hate Dallas, and Dallas could care less about them. Yep. They said, welcome to Fort Worth, Texas. He was alive when he left. That's what that should be on the billboard. That's how much they. You had
one thing to do, Dallas.
Right.
Couldn't do it.
Stayed at our hotel, and he woke up alive.
Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth police say a man rammed a van into a Dollar Tree to rescue his girlfriend who had been caught shoplifting. That's love.
Mary
I
Lynn.
want that man.
Thank you.
I want my man.
I want my man
Come
to
get me.
get through a Dollar Tree.
Sounds like a scene plot to a Coen Brothers movie, doesn't
Oh
it?
my! You wait
California
here.
style.
Right? There's a Dollar Tree. My girl's in there shoplifting. She's getting busted. I have
So
one
did she
move.
send a text
Right.
like, "Come and get me"? And he knew, like, we got a
I don't
code.
know. I just love that Randy said he had, which is true, he probably said that to himself. I got
one move right now, and he's just revving the engine of the van.
And he's like texting his one smart friend who's like, you have multiple things you could do
That's
here.
right.
No,
Go
I'm
in,
driving in.
Go in and tell her she didn't take her medication today, and get her out of there.
Don't go in, pretend to be a cop and get her out. No, I'm
I got it from
driving in.
here. We're from the central office. We'll take her.
Get as much merchandise as you can in the truck.
Workers at the Dollar Tree.
Well, here's the good news. All they have to do is count up the items she stole, and
you
then
know how
it's
much
that
it's
many
worth.
dollars. You got 28 things. You owe us $28.
Not necessarily true.
Also, if you're a Dollar Tree, I gotta be like, come on.
We're at the Dollar Tree. What more do we?
You're already stealing it.
You're saying let her.
right?
Just let her steal.
Yeah. I
Would
remember.
have saved him a window, wouldn't it have?
Right.
If they had
Thank you.
just
Yeah.
been reasonable. You know what you get?
You get a
not reasonable
That's what the guy said as he drove in. This is on you.
Could have just given it
You
to her.
pushed it. You pushed it.
Workers at the Dollar Tree on Lancaster Avenue say around 9 a.m. Thursday.
Oh man, 9 a.m.
Ooh.
That's
That's good shoplifting hours, though.
That is, but that
9
is
a.m.
pure Mary Lynn Rajskub sleeping chunk.
Yeah, that's
right
a
there.
sleeping
That's
chunk.
a sleeping chunk right there.
9 a.m.
You know, I just got back from carpool,
Yes.
drop off,
Yeah.
drop off.
Your coffee. This is when you.
Yeah. I don't wind down until midday.
You're like, I have to do an affirmational Instagram post, and then I got to go to sleep.
I'm going to assume these people had
For a
not
chunk.
slept. 9
No,
a.m.
9
They were
a.m.
up
is
all
from the
night
night-
thinking
that's
of
from the night
places they were
before.
going to rob.
Good shoplifting hour, not a good hour to drive into the window.
Dan, you worked at
Good morning.
Marshall Fields.
I did.
Trying
Loss
to catch,
prevention.
trying to get loss prevention, which is basically people who shoplift.
Like security guide,
Yep.
secret shopper.
Yep. That's exactly what it was.
Secret
Just walk-
shoppers. That's what we are. I want
That's
that.
so hard to. I keep it going.
To
Don't
make
stop.
love real.
My
we
dream
be
is
in
that
the
someone
girls'
sings a
guitar?
whole song. So Thursday, 9 a.m. Thursday, they saw a man and a woman trying to steal things like candy and other merchandise.
Did you
So
ever see people
sad.
steal candy at Marshall Fields? Did they
I
sell candy?
stole candy when I was a kid.
It's like stealing candy from a Dollar Tree. I've said that a lot.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the grossest, saddest stealing? I worked at the movie theater at the Beverly Center, and I wasn't good enough to be concession stand material, but I was a ticket taker.
Okay.
I for the interview, I just sat there, and they didn't deem me good enough to serve popcorn, so I was a ticket taker. But you would clean up the theater afterwards, pick up a half-eaten box of candy.
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
mean,
Have some-
it hasn't
have
been
some.
poured out yet.
Thank you.
Scott,
I felt like
nobody's
this was a
touched
safe
it.
space. I could
It
say
is
this. You
safe.
guys would
Marilyn,
understand.
what was your choice of half-eaten candy? Like, what's your go-to?
A dots? Would you take some dots?
No,
Snow
come
caps?
on.
Snow
What do
caps?
You know
take
my
me
number
for?
one?
Raisinets?
M&Ms,
No.
all the way.
M&Ms.
Raisinets, M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Reese's Pieces.
Okay,
Reese's
that's up
Pieces.
there.
That's
Milk
That's a
duds
top
are
five.
milk duds are too much work.
So, Marilyn, you
They
then
are a lot of work.
you have gone on to be in movies that I'm assuming played at the Beverly
That's
Center.
right.
Have
That's
you-
right, girl.
Have you gone back to the
Talk
Beverly?
me up a notch.
Have you
I'm going to
gone-
leave here feeling like $1,000
You are.
today.
You are your
$1,000
daily
bucks.
affirmation. So did you go back to the Beverly Center and
who's
watch a movie?
who's not good enough for the concession stand
Yeah,
now?
I'm sorry. I'm going to go watch a movie that I'm
To
in.
watch myself. Excuse me. Oh my God, I just thought of another. This was like a recovered memory.
Do it.
This is really sad.
Okay, please.
I love it.
And I didn't do it at the movie theater. I actually did it at the Olive Garden. Both places required a white button-down shirt. At the Olive Garden, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to admit this. It's so dumb.
Please admit it.
I was an art student, gesso that you would put on my shirt was permanently dirty on the sleeves, and I just painted white gesso.
That's not bad. That's
That's
not
creative.
Degenerate I am.
Oh my god!
And I would plan out when I was at the Olive Garden, am I going to go at the beginning of the shift or the end of the shift into the walk-in freezer and eat that tiramisu? Do I need it to get me through the shift or do I need it as a reward?
Yeah.
for
For
getting
finishing
through
the
the shift. By the way, works in both instances.
It
totally
totally
works in
does.
both instances.
Yes.
Do you
Oh, we
get
saw-
breadsticks when you work at the Olive Garden?
Fuck yeah, you
Endless,
do.
baby, endless. We saw our buddy Scott Rogowski, who we love so
You don't
much.
get tiramisu. You're not supposed to
No.
eat that.
Right,
Go
right,
ahead.
We were in Madison,
be clear,
Wisconsin.
I was stealing.
At Mickey's Dairy Bar. We were at Madison, Wisconsin, Mickey's Dairy Bar, which is a great breakfast place. Unbelievable.
Agreed.
We are there with our friend Rachel Lander, who we've known since we were kids, 5 years old. She went to grade school with us. She lives in Madison. So we're there with her and Scott Rogowski, and we're just
At a table that's sort of a shared table with
it's
other
a
people.
long shared table, and this group of young people get up to leave, and there is a stack of pancakes, some of them half eaten, on the table. They left, and we watched Scott take the pancakes and eat the full ones on that.
Now, his justification was, I'm assuming, he saw the people. And
Yeah,
judged
he's like,
them to be
I
very
know
fine people.
That's a clean mouth that put there. I mean, but he ate pancakes. Isn't that crazy?
Look, if you were out at a bar
Well-
and you met someone you didn't know, like you'd put your mouth on something else.
Do you guys-
so pancakes aren't a big deal.
Have you guys ever
Whoa,
played?
Yeah, I went
Have you
there.
ever played Friendly Beers at Busch Stadium
No.
or at Dodger
Oh,
Stadium?
no.
It wouldn't
Sounds-
happen.
What
sounds
is it?
Awful.
Friendly
What is it?
Beers is if when you get a seat at Wrigley Field that's on the aisle,
Uh-huh.
like the walkway is right in front of you, so you're between the sections.
Sections, yeah.
When you finish your beer, you hold your cup out as people walk by and say friendly beer, and then they'll pour beer into your cup as they go by.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
We used to
Like
play it in college.
Panhandling.
We would go, and then people would play, and you'd be like, friendly beer, and the people would just pour a beer in.
I've never heard that in my entire life, and that is fascinating.
It was just, it's summer, you're at Wrigley Field,
get it,
you're
I get
drunk
it.
already.
You're basically saying top me
Yeah.
off.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you have you're not supposed to have anything in there.
You're empty.
Kind of makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
But
and
you
it's
got to
just-
check for cold sores like quickly. Really look for everything
That
on the
day.
face.
What's that
You got
bump?
to burn it with a cigarette burn
Right,
to
right.
nab that.
Or you
But
punch
before
yourself.
you brought
to
up
make
that
it look-
in between the movie theater and the friendly beers, the image that came into my mind was definitely a party.
Right.
Either you've been this person or someone else has been the person when you're just like you start drinking half-empty drinks.
Yes.
So
I have
friendly
done that.
beer is like
Friendly
much
beer
better
is
than that.
way
It's
cleaner
much
than
more
that.
social.
Right.
It's much
That's
more
what I love about it.
fun-loving.
You
Yes.
see who's
Yes.
People are.
It's
oh,
very
hey,
we're
I'll,
in it
I'll do
together.
We're in
Who
it
gives
together.
a shit?
You're
Fairly.
giving someone else the opportunity to be charitable
Yes.
and generous. So they
Yeah.
walk
So
away
you-
feeling
can
good. You walk into a Dollar Tree and say friendly candy?
No.
Friendly
candy.
Grab some candy. You can't do that?
So wait, he was in there with
Also,
her,
if
and
they
then
were up
he,
all night and their plan was to steal fucking candy,
Yeah. It's a good plan.
Well, yeah. I mean, there is an inherent sadness to this. I don't know if this is a theme that happens on this podcast all the
we
time.
tried it. We
Because you-
stay away from sadness.
steer away
usually.
from
No,
the
I mean in the
But
sense
she's
No,
right.
that
even in the
the-
stories.
the
She's
dumb I wish for this crime to be they drove into somewhere like a bank or you know
Yeah.
you wanted to
No,
drive
Dollar
into the
Tree.
jewelry store.
It's a Dollar
I want to
Tree.
steal
this-
candy and other
The
merchandise.
story begs you want them to get it. You want the car to back out and
Right.
leave and they got it and they wrecked the place.
The store
It
employees
just sort of
tried to stop the suspected shoplifters. They were able to detain one woman, but not the other two suspects.
Ooh,
Wow, this is
okay.
a 3-person
Yes,
job.
for candy.
I like how you were like, we try to not make it sad. I
Oh,
just
no.
wanted the crime to
No,
be more
they-
successful.
Oh,
Right.
no,
not
I
like
agree. We once had a deal where these people remember what the guy, he shot his own arm for
Yeah.
$300.
yeah, he
Where-
was
but
stabbed.
here's
That
the
was the
thing.
Dan Harmon episode, bro. I was like,
Shot
what's
his-
the least amount of money
You would shoot
your own arm?
I'm like
I'm gonna start crying.
$20,000. No, but
What's the least amount of money that you would take to shoot your own arm?
$400,000.
Yeah,
Like
in
$1
comparison,
million.
this crime is a joyride from beginning to
fun.
end.
So,
It's fun.
I mean, what
this
do you
is
do?
Ocean's 3.
Yes,
right.
it is.
That's what this is.
Well, if you pick off a Dollar Tree, is the next spot you go to the 99-cent store?
Yeah,
It
you
is.
keep
Just
Yeah.
keep going down.
Keep going down.
Party City, working up Party City.
The employees told Fox 4 the man tried to convince them to let his girlfriend go. He kept yelling something like, "Let her go. If
love
you let
him.
her go, I'll come in. If you don't let her go, I'll come in and get her." So is he yelling this through the door?
Let her go.
If you imagine walking up to the Dollar Tree and that's what's happening, a man yelling through the door, and you're like, "Honey, just go back to the car.
Yeah,
We're
we
not
don't
doing
need
this
it. We
today.
don't need a broom that
We
bad.
do not.
We can
need-
use a sheet of paper as
We'll
a
go to
Go to
dustbin.
Target. Let's
We're gonna
splurge.
find a pizza cutter somewhere else today.
go.
A pizza
That's
cutter.
when Fort Worth police said the man got into his van and rammed the front of the store to rescue his girlfriend.
Take that, building. How
That
should
has
he do
nothing to
that
do with
for
this.
the girlfriend? That to me feels like something you do for your girlfriend.
Or if you get her out, then you're like, I got you out of that. I drove the car
Yeah.
into the store and got
I don't
you
want
out.
to hear it
Yeah.
anymore, Janelle.
Let me go bowling on Tuesday. You know, like, let me have that.
We didn't think he was coming in with the car, a worker said. We just thought he was coming back in there to get her, but he fooled us. He came in there with a van.
Quote.
Even the Dollar Tree people are like, I mean, that's crazy. It's novel to them.
Yeah.
They're like, I've seen a woman like rinsing, like putting conditioner in her hair while walking around in here, and this is still the craziest.
So when the
thing.
van came in, do you think that worker was like, "You got us,
Right.
fooled us,
He loves her.
Oh my!
He loves her.
I mean, there is a moment where you're like, that is love.
That is love,
That
man.
is
I
true
don't know
love.
if I would do
How
that.
many people in your life?
Would drive a van through
For
a Dollar
you.
Tree for you? That's the type of love you
I've-
want.
there's been
Honey,
few,
at
very
your wedding,
few.
There's
vows,
literally no one.
I would drive a van through a Dollar Tree that you were shoplifting in.
I can think of a couple people I'd drive a van through a Dollar Tree for,
can't
but
even
that's
think of-
even a shorter list.
yeah, tiny. Barely.
Police said the man and his girlfriend were able to back out of the store in the van and drive away. They
She
are
got
still
in?
at large.
Oh, that's the best part of this story.
So do you think they just like
Mary
let her
Lynn
go?
but Mary Lynn got her fairy tale ending. Right
I
there.
know.
Do you
I'm
understand?
I'm
She
so
asked for it
excited.
and then got it.
The second woman,
Wow.
This
Remember,
is a
there was three
Laffy Taffy
people.
Bonnie and Clyde.
the second woman was arrested at the scene. He was not in love with her.
She's
He
not
did
a
not
friend.
make room for her in the
She's not his
van.
girlfriend. By the way, if I'm her, I'm flipping state's evidence on both these.
Oh,
nuts.
100%.
Two's company, three's a crowd.
She was taken to the hospital because officers believe she might be under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
I don't think so.
The Storm police said it sounded like an explosion when the van came crashing through the doors. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Police are still searching for the man and the woman who got away, which means
Wow.
second woman has not said a word.
So you're telling me there is zero? This is the other thing we now know: zero security footage at a Dollar Tree.
Yes.
Like you can't
Yeah, how-
see a van coming in and check the license plate number.
Not at
Oh
all.
my God.
Police are
Wow,
still searching for
what
the
a
man and woman who got
switcheroo.
away. Finally, because the van was used to ram the building, the case escalated from shoplifting to robbery. I
Yeah.
do not know how that works.
Maybe
You
it's
should.
Also, did they not? They didn't
loss
steal.
prevention.
They didn't steal anything, right?
They
They got
probably got
caught
some
stealing.
Oh, you're saying why is it
Or
even
Dan,
burglary?
did
You're
sh-
driving into a building. It should be.
destruction of property.
so, but they're using the car as a quote unquote weapon of potential damage to other people. So the car becomes then the weapon in the robbery. I bet she grabbed a handful of stuff on her way out.
Like
the door.
a-
I would.
yeah, because
that point,
there weren't rules.
Would you
anymore.
pick up like 5 or 6 bit of honeys and just get out of there?
Yes, obviously I would, or some socks. Some
You're,
nice
you're
warm
about the
socks.
household items.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
that.
Yo, I watch
Nesting.
a lot of supermarket sweep. I know where the money items
The
are.
bit
It's
of
in
hun-
socks.
Send me a carrot scraper, and then I'm
I would call them. I know they didn't take any bit of honey, but I'm going to call these guys the bit of honey bandits.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yes. That's story one.
There you go. That's
my
how we
God,
do it,
I
Mary
love
Lynn
it.
That was
Rajskub.
exciting.
Story 1 down in the books.
That
When we
was
come
exciting.
back, more we're going to hear from the great Mary Lynn and find out where she's going to be performing live. She's not quitting the
Did
business.
she quit?
No, she didn't quit. She didn't quit. We'll be back with more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey, gang, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We are here. Should we read some names?
Yeah, let's read some
names.
yeah.
Who
support the show.
People I love.
These are people who are supporting this show on a monthly basis, and we are so grateful.
We want to recognize each and every one of you.
Sarah Dream
Oh,
Weaver.
Sarah Weaver.
Yes.
I believe
You guys hit
you
that
get
note.
me through the night. All right.
I love this next name.
Oh, you ready for this?
Slade Suchecki.
Slade Suchecki.
That's just a great name.
Slade.
Hall of Fame name.
Hall of Fame name. How about Erica Deary? Oh, Deary.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Deary.
What's up, Erica?
Charlotte Matthews, the Charles Matthews of this outfit.
Love it. Michigan Star.
Robert Cullen.
Cullen is a great bar in Chicago.
He's
Cullen's.
a culinary genius.
Yeah.
David Zucker.
This is my brother-in-law.
Is it really?
I'm not kidding.
I love
Really?
it,
My
David
brother-in-law.
Zucker. Jay's brother-in-law.
Is the sweetest, best, most awesome dude. He and his wife, Jordan, are just amazing people.
I've met him, I think.
They're
You
the
have.
best.
They've come to the live shows. They don't have to, as a family member, they don't have to listen to my work. They don't
No,
have to support
no.
my work.
But they are-
I know they care, but they're actual true townies.
Oh,
and they
man.
love it, and they listen
Thank
to
you,
it,
David.
and they share it.
Thank
He's
you,
an
brother
amazing
David.
Love that.
We
Love
love you. Clayton Sullivan. Clayton Sullivan. Don't know which. You could have been Sullivan Clayton. Clayton Sullivan is Sullivan Clayton, and Sullivan Clayton is Clayton Sullivan.
Both of them are like activists in the civil rights movement.
All right, Gregory Woodland.
He is one of the woodland creatures.
Well, the Woodlands is like a super fancy area outside of Houston.
He's
The
one of
Woodlands.
he's-
The
I would
Woodlands.
call my if
It
I
also
was
sounds like a
Gregory
mall,
Wood-
doesn't it?
If I was Gregory Woodland and my kids and I had kids, they would be the woodland creatures.
This next name is so good, Mike Yesinowski.
Yasinowski or
Because-
Yasinowski. Yasinowski.
Are you in or are you out?
Yasinowski. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I love it.
I don't know ski. Burton
Hovde.
Hovde.
Hovde. Hovde.
Hovde.
Hovde.
Hovde.
Todd Feliciano, his rendition of the national anthem.
Unbelievable.
This is a guy.
Light my fire.
Jay.
Tyler Juhola.
No, it's Yohola.
Uhola.
That's my
Tyler
guess.
Uhola.
Unbelievable.
Corey Peters.
Corey.
Amazing. Thanks, Corey. Michael Sanders. The Colonel.
And all the comedians who
The
are playing
Colonel.
Michael Sanders in the ads are really
Unbelievable.
fun.
All the
It's really-
people they get to play
get a
Michael
lot of
Sanders.
good people to do it.
Jessica Woodhouse.
Hi, Jessica.
The Gregory Woodland of this list. Jessica
a
Woodhouse.
wood.
House. She's mighty. Hey, everybody who donated to this list, so appreciate you.
Yeah.
Charlotte Matthews, Erica Deer, you guys, just want to shout you guys out and say thank
True
you to
locals.
everybody so much for supporting us and supporting what we do. Again, this is on the drip right now. We're going to move it over to Patreon and try and figure out the easiest way to do that for you guys so it's nice and easy. And we'll keep getting you extra content, keep getting you great stuff and chances to meet us and participate in this show. So check it out. Let's get back to the show. Thank you to all those people.
Oh, come on.
You're a delight.
We really appreciate it. Mary Lynn, where are you? Do you have any like road dates coming up? Because you did mention a little road dog in
And that you retired.
and
they
where,
retired.
Where are you going to be?
I just picked up some on Valentine's Day. I'm going to be in Connecticut.
Nice.
Oh, neat.
It's on my website.
Which
Mary
is?
Lynn, Mary Lynn.
MaryLynn.com.
Yes.
.com.
It's a new website, guys.
I love it.
And I put dates up there and a new podcast just in time for me to quit.
Oh, great. What's the
tell
new
us about the
podcast?
It's called Mary Lynn, Mary Lynn.
I love it.
I talk to myself.
No way.
Yeah.
I love that.
You interview yourself?
I wish.
Kind of. No, you just
no,
talk.
I write down 30 things that I could talk about for a minute. I usually don't even make it halfway through the list. And then I talk about whatever's going on in my
Do you
life.
get stand up out of that?
There's stuff in there for
Like
sure.
nuggets that can
Yes.
then be mined and
Yes.
then
The story of, I mean, what is the tag we gave you? What I'm trying to think back to that.
That's just
and
about-
I haven't done that since. I should
You
look that up
have
and do
to
it
do
tonight
that.
because I'm
Oh.
at the lab tonight. It's
getting actually the thing
15
of your back.
pounds.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, so 15 pounds. Someone said,
It's all because I mentioned my back earlier because I said my back was hurting and my husband made
Trying to be nice.
he was
but-
trying to be nice, but he suggested the reason why your back was hurting is because you're carrying an extra 15 pounds, he said.
yes.
And you're like, really? You've
Yes.
never had body issues, anything like that. You're like,
I said, "Why are you saying this to me?" And he goes, "I don't, no." He didn't say no offense, but something to that.
it was on par with that.
Yes, and he's like, "I'm just trying to help," and I was like, "Okay, you're not helping." Have you ever heard me talk about my weight?
Yeah. Never.
So now you introduced that into the equation.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did text you that because I went to the doctor and I weighed. I haven't weighed my. I go. Do I weigh myself? Is that something I talk
scale
about?
in our house?
Now, thank you for saying that. So now I'm going to have to think about that.
Start
And then
weighing.
your tag was I go back to the doctor and the doctor's like, yeah, you got to lose 15 pounds.
For your health.
Yeah,
I love
fun.
it. So Maryland, that's the name of the website. Maryland.
That's in the podcast.
Boom.
And go to See Her in Connecticut on the 14th. Where is it? Where's the venue? Do you know?
Some event. All right, look it up.
Tony V's.
Love it.
Is that a place?
Maryland.
Yeah.
I'm going to Maryland.
Yeah, you
Nice.
better get there to find out.
Want to do a
Get it.
second story?
Let's do a
do
second
it.
story, shall we?
This was sent in by Sharon Toman at Sharon Toman, Toman.
Straight
Thanks,
Toman.
Sharon. A homeowner in Maine received a surprise visitor at his Waterboro home on Sunday afternoon.
Let me just say, in my brain, it's like a beaver in a suit. Just knocking
This
on
would
the
also
door.
be December 23rd when this when
Okay,
that
strange
Sunday
visitor,
afternoon.
December 23rd. You're getting the house ready for Christmas.
This is an all-wood house.
This journalist is hilarious because they wrote, received a surprise visitor at their home on Sunday afternoon, but it definitely wasn't Santa. Well, why would it be?
Santa doesn't come 2 days early.
Right,
And Santa
exactly.
is also
Unless
made
you
up.
travel and you lie to your kids. Police in York County said the man opened the door of his house only to find an intruder watching television and wearing some of his clothes.
Okay. Some of his
Watching
clothes.
television, I get, but like putting on the clothes is.
I get that even more.
You get that even more?
Hey, if you're going to do it, I mean,
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Like driving through the window. If you're going to
Drive
go
through the-
watch some TV, get into
If
it.
you love it, prove it.
I never understood the stealing of shoes. Like that guy, they stole his sneakers right off his. If they don't fit you, then what's your point of having those sneakers?
Right.
Unless
Maybe
you're
this
going to
is-
resell
maybe
them.
he scouted this out.
And he's like, this guy's about my build.
About my
I'm going
build.
in. I'm going in and watching TV when he goes to
In
work.
addition, the trespasser also helped himself to the homeowner's food and took a shower. He moved in.
Yeah.
He moved in.
This guy
He
does
figured out
more
how the
before
TV
9
works.
a.m.
What do you think he did first, Dan? Or Mary Lynn? What do you think he did first when he get
Showered first?
Then ate and
Yeah.
watched TV and put on the man's clothes.
Yeah.
Showered, man's clothes, eat, watch TV.
I don't know.
And I
feel like he's checking
I
food.
like this crime
This
because
is a
I
good
think
one.
it's
Tasteful.
Victimless.
yeah.
Well,
You're trying to get something for yourself.
it gets even better.
Okay.
Because the alleged burglar, Derek Tarbox,
Ooh.
I mean, if you threw that out in your improv group, they'd be like, a little too on the nose.
Yeah. Derek
Don't make the
Tarbox.
names funny. Just play it straight. Like the name doesn't have to be funny.
Like you don't have to do it in an accent.
Unusual
My
things should
name's
be
Derek Tarbox.
Okay, well, how do I heighten that?
Hey, it's Mrs. Tarbox. A couple of questions.
Is Derek there?
Derek?
Yeah, I'm here. Derek Tarbox here.
You don't have to
honey.
always say your full name.
Right.
It's your mom you're talking to. And go ahead, go back.
Mom, you know me. I'm Derek Tarbox.
Nope, you wouldn't say that to your mom.
Yup.
Derek Tarbox, the alleged burglar.
Why is he alleged? He's in the house.
I
He's
don't
burgling.
know that too. This is just like somebody
if you're
who's
just-
afraid.
If you're just using someone's stuff, oh, son of a. You're
just
not
using-
necessarily burgling.
You're burglaro. You're borrowing.
Sure. Derek Tarbox somehow.
You're
this is where-
Tarbox.
this is-
breaking and entering.
This
By the
is where
way,
it gets
borrowing your shit should be called tarboxing.
Tarboxing. Yeah.
This is where it
Be
gets fun.
tarboxing right now.
Derek Tarbox somehow convinced the homeowner that Tarbox had mistaken the home for his friend's house.
That is
This guy comes in, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like, Derek Tarbox, I am sorry. I thought I was in my friend's house.
I thought I was in my friend's house.
Then-
how long have you
I thought I was
that?
in my friend's house. You know how when you go to your friend's house and you
Put
start
their
putting their clothes on.
take a shower, and start eating their food.
Marilyn.
If that's true, you're a shit friend.
Okay, Marilyn, when was the last time you were at a friend's house? Could have been this past weekend, could have been last time you were at a friend's house. Name me one friend you could go over to their house
And shower.
and then start wearing
Without
their
them
clothes.
being there.
Start wearing their clothes.
You got to dig
I mean,
deep.
I've borrowed a bathing suit.
Of course.
Sure. Or
I've showered.
a jacket. You probably borrowed a jacket if you were at someone's house. Oh, it's colder than I thought at this barbecue. Do you have a sweater I could borrow? But you ask. You don't just go into someone's closet and start putting
take
it.
You don't tarbox it.
Well, it gets better.
Tarbox it.
Tarbox.
You don't tarbox
You don't
it.
tarbox it, guys.
Convinced the victim that he thought he was in his friend's house.
Wait,
then
it worked? He convinced him.
Oh, hold on. Then Derek Tarbox reportedly asked the homeowner to drive him to another home in Hollis.
Yes.
This is Uber in Maine. You break into someone's house.
I feel like Tarbox might be a hypnotist. You know what I mean? Like
or like David
Obi-Wan.
Koresh.
He's like Maine Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
those
thought
are
it was at a friend's
characters
house.
that you see in movies where if they're a hustler and you're like,
Yes.
no one's really like that. But
Right,
I
Derek
love when
Tarbox.
people are just
Starbucks, man.
forceful, tarboxing their way through life.
The
He's
resident,
He's Starboxian.
the resident thought the scenario was unusual but plausible. No, it's not.
There's nothing.
Plausible about a stranger in your house wearing your clothes, watching TV, showering, and eating food.
So what I love about this is originally we thought the criminal was the dummy in the story.
Now
it
we
is
know
the
it's the
person
guy.
who is buying hook.
So the
line and
homeowner
sinker this
agreed to drive the man to a house in Hollis.
Yeah.
This guy got home with some sort of plan of what his night or life was going to be, and now he's telling another person to get into his car.
This is like a fun
Where do you
adventure.
need to go?
Or this is a guy who has not had a friend in a long
Or it's somebody that's so evolved that they know, like, you're me, I'm you.
Right.
There's no
One day you're going to need to walk in my house nude and eat a grapefruit. I'm not even going to blink an eye.
Nope.
I'm not threatened by that.
Payback.
I
You
don't
give me
live my
back.
life out of fear and like, oh, this is mine. Like, what is
What is mine? What is
A
anyone's?
Tarbox in the hand is worth one in the bush.
York County Sheriff Bill King. It was good.
Thank you.
Told
What? It was.
the Portland Press Herald.
Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine.
Portland
Yes.
Press Herald is something that a homeless person hands you and asks for a tiny
That's right.
little-
That's not a real paper.
Here's the Portland Press Herald. Can you help me
No,
out on
homeowner
the
said-
other
I
end?
don't have any change.
Quote, he said he wanted to get the man out of his house, so he agreed to drive him, quote unquote, home.
Okay.
Because there was no home.
No.
When the homeowner got back to his own home, so he
If
drove
he-
him all the way to Hollis and then
Okay.
drove back.
If he drives and drops him at another house,
And then he
this
comes
guy,
home and then he shows up and the guy's sitting on his couch.
that would be
again.
amazing.
It's
you're
like the
what are you, a
ring.
wizard? Yeah.
It's like the ring.
you
He's
can't
put
get
it
rid
on
of
to
him.
somebody else now.
But is he now an accomplice if that
It's
guy
like a
steals
Carbonaro effect.
anything? Yeah.
Yes.
Only less magical.
When the homeowner got back home, he noticed that his back door had been forced open and there were various items missing, which he's now helped transport.
Yeah.
Or that's the thing. Let me get the homeowner to drive me far away, and then his accomplices come in and break
Yeah.
in and steal.
That's according to the Bangor Daily News.
Another
Quote, when
kid, like a 14-year-old.
Tarbox banger.
Tarbox banger.
Yes. Where was I?
when the kid.
Oh, yeah. When he returned home, he found his back door had been forced open.
Stuff gone.
Right. Okay. When he returned home and inspected his house further, found his back door had been forced open. Should have been.
Yeah.
Food missing from his refrigerator and other signs of the house being ransacked. How did you not notice this when you came in and there was a guy in your living room?
Yeah.
Your
Just
house has
wasn't-
been ransacked?
He wasn't paying attention.
He didn't care.
I think
it
Jay's
happened.
right.
I think my theory is right.
It happened when he was driving him
It
away.
happened when he drove him away.
What do you mean?
So he
Tarbox is
working with
drives him-
accomplices.
Yeah.
No, you're
Yes.
wrong.
Okay.
Deputies soon learned from Maine State Police that Tarbox had allegedly stolen a vehicle in Portland, then ran out of gas in Hollis. He later stole another vehicle until, this is perfect for Tarbox, he crashed it in the woods. Derek,
This is why.
why did he decide to start driving through the woods?
Whoever
It's
said
a shortcut.
Whoever said I'm just going to drive through these woods here and I'll get to where I need to go.
You're not gonna not crash.
He then
when you do
walked
that.
into the caller, that's the homeowner. He walked into the caller's home, broke in through the rear door, had a bite to eat, showered, and watched a little television before being confronted by the rightful tenant of the property.
Do we get to guess what he was watching?
He was
A tip from one of Derek Tarbox's relatives
Judge
led
Judy.
investigators to him. That's how you know how his relationship with his family is.
like, get him. Get him.
His
Finally.
his
He's
aunt or
doing it
somebody was
again.
like, I'll tell you where DT is. DT's ass is in Hollis.
Oh, I can't wait for you to get him.
He's in the woods. He was reportedly still wearing clothes that belonged to the homeowner. That's the other thing we've forgotten.
Yes.
Didn't the guy realize he's wearing your clothes?
No, maybe these
Where
are
am I
clothes-
taking you, Hollis? I have a sweater like that. Come on, get in the car.
Let's go.
Derek
You got great
Tarbuck.
taste.
Derek
you got great
Tarbuck.
taste.
I have a barn jacket like that.
You
Get in
got
the car.
great taste.
He was scheduled to
You
be
went to the
arraigned.
University of San Luis Obispo? Me
So
too.
did I.
We have so much in common.
You were on the San Luis Obispo rowing
about
team.
you I
So
like.
was I.
Is that which car is that? Because I have that same car. Is that your car or mine? My keys work in your car?
Did you see somebody come in here while you were in here?
What's happening?
You were at my wedding because that T-shirt was only given out at my wedding.
I think our wives are twins. Tarbox was scheduled to be
because
arraigned.
I'm the only one with an airbrush picture of my nephew on my T-shirt.
you.
That's your nephew too?
It's
He was arraigned Wednesday for multiple charges, including burglary, 2 counts of unauthorized use of property, leaving the scene of a property damage accident, and theft by unauthorized taking. Which means I guess you could have theft by authorized taking.
Isn't
Theft is unauthorized taking.
I'm gonna ask you guys. We'll get out of here on this. How old is Derek Tarbox?
Too much fun leaves marks in life. Living hard, you'll pay the price. Who is gonna get it right? Guess the age. Guess the age.
Do we have
Okay.
a photo of him?
No, we
Okay.
do not.
Okay, so
You are
Marilyn-
our guest, Mary Lynn. You can go first, Tig, which is second, or third.
Tig decided to answer between the two of us when she was on the show. So you can go first, Tig, or third. Where do you want to answer on how old Tarbox is?
You can get what?
Well, I don't want to go first.
Then
Okay,
go.
so then do you want to go Tig or third?
Yeah, I'm going to tig it.
All right, Tig
Okay.
it up.
All
Jay,
right,
go ahead.
Ran.
All right. I think
Jay.
I'm going to say Tarbox is young because he has the sort of like stupid, brazen naivete of a dumb young person. So I'm going to say, and he has the ability to break through a
We
door.
know that he likes showers, food, clothes, TV, stealing cars, and driving in the woods.
Right. I'm going to say
young.
24.
24.
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. Not
I
just
was
because
feeling
Marilyn was
young.
on.
I was feeling young, but then I got scared to answer because I wanted to hear you reason it out.
And what did you think?
Well, I definitely was thinking drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So that he
Not a
could
report of any of
age
them.
anywhere. Really? Not in the report?
Not in the report.
No.
All right. Then what's wrong with this person?
You don't know?
They like to steal cars and drive in the woods.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
And-
either young or you've completely given up.
Right.
And
So go old if you want.
Go, yeah. I mean, it's
Just,
worth taking it just for fun. Just grab
All right,
that.
just for funsies, I'm
Sure.
going to say 51.
51.
Okay.
I think he's 32.
Okay.
32 because the shower is the thing that to me says is not a young person.
Ooh.
Because a young
Yeah.
person would
Not
be
a
like,
priority.
my kids don't like to shower. I'm like,
Mhm.
you gotta, please. I'm like,
Right.
why am I on you on this? It's like
Right.
an
It's good
older
reasoning.
person gets into the thing. So I think 32.
Okay. Get your answers in now, Townies.
Shout at your earbuds.
Derek Tarbox,
Great name.
man who stole a car, it ran out of gas, stole another car, drove it into the woods, found a house, ate some food, took a shower, watched TV, then conned some person into thinking he
Driving him
was at his friend's
elsewhere.
house, then got a ride from his own victim. You don't see that very often.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Is 35 years old.
Oh, so I was right.
And
in
you
my
were on
reasoning,
the way
but
to
you were on
be
the way to
right.
being right too. There you go.
Wow.
Tarbox is a good 35. And it's
Solid.
It's a
Shower
shame.
logic.
He's
Shower
great.
Logic, which
Shower
is my
Logic.
favorite Steely Dan album.
Shower Logic. I love it so much. All right, story 2 down in the books. Dan, what are we going to just give us a little tease what we're going to hear in the third story in the last segment?
Unwelcome Witchcraft.
Oh my God.
Is any witchcraft welcome?
Harry Potter.
Okay. All right, fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. Marilyn Rajskub was with us, and we have one more segment on Dumb People Town. Don't go anywhere.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT. We have Lynn Rajskub. She's a great follow on Instagram.
I love her Instagram feed. I always like every single picture you put up. I love it.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
do you ever see us?
I follow.
Don't you see us? Do we pop up in your little feed?
We heart a lot of your pictures.
We're big hearters of your stuff.
I like the stuff when you're shocked at how unironic and inspirational you just were, and I love all the funny stuff. I'm like, oh, she's on vacation. That's good. Good. She deserves a vacation.
Just allows us to keep tabs on our Mary Lynn. So check out Mary Lynn for the website to see where she's going to be playing near you.
And follow her on Twitter.
And the new podcast, Mary Lynn. All right, let's jump into one more story.
Before we do, I want to let people know that on two things. March 3rd, Rory Scovel and I are doing a live Dumb People Town in Houston,
Not Dumb People
Texas.
Town. You're
I'm
doing
sorry,
a live pen pals.
Live Pen Pals in Houston, Texas. It's our very first live episode. We're doing that, ending the weekend of being junior grand marshals at the big Mardi Gras parade in Galveston,
can't
Texas.
believe that.
So
Galveston, Texas, the place where
where Robert Durst got rid of his
chopped
friend's
up a guy
cremains.
and threw him into the water.
Chop up a head. I didn't know. He wanted to be casted.
He did
He
not.
did not want to be
And I
cast.
didn't have matches, so I tried to make ashes with an axe.
Stop blinking.
So we are going to be in Galveston. So we have somehow wormed our way into a debutante ball and a parade.
Stop.
We're wearing tuxes the whole weekend.
I can't believe it.
And
With
then we're
tails.
going to do a live Pen Pals on March 3rd. And then the next day,
Next
if you
night.
can't make it to that, on the 4th of March, we will be doing a live Dumb People Town Hall at Largo with Karen Kilgariff and probably another person joining us to goof around too.
Yep.
We'll let you know who that is as soon as we
Tickets
have
are live.
Yes.
On out.
All right, you ready?
Yes,
ready.
let's do it.
Sent in by Ryan at Ryan Rogers. December 25th.
Christmas.
Is that an important day?
No. It's the day before Boxing Day.
Okay.
Now, this is just from a police blotter, so there's not a lot of info, but
Right.
it actually makes it more fun to me because
we can guess.
your mind fills everything
Let's
in.
fill in the police
This is
blotter
literally the
blanks.
headline from the newstribune.com. Police beat, unwelcome witchcraft. Sent in by Ryan Rogers, at Ryan Rogers. December 25th. Witchcraft is especially effective when you believe in it. The dispatch call reported a fight between two women at a holiday party. Two sheriff's
I
deputies.
wanted it to be a Holiday Inn so badly, or a Holodome.
Holodome.
Remember
love
Holodome?
Sure
Holodome.
do.
To play ping pong. And
Oh, yes.
So
and they always
fancy.
had
It was like
indoor
the fanciest
pools.
place I'd
Every
ever
window.
went to.
green carpet
Fanciest.
around the
Putting
pool.
little
Yes.
little,
Yes.
miniature golf.
Yeah.
Is there still holodomes?
No.
Sure.
There has to
There
be.
have to be.
Indoor outdoor
I'm
pool.
Googling it, Dan, to see if
If
it's
Tennessee.
If any of our fans have stayed at a Holodome or are about to stay at a Holodome, take a picture of yourself, send it to us. We'll put it on the website. Put on
I think we were on our way to
Facebook page.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee from Michigan, my family.
And you
We were-
stayed at a-
Yeah, so somewhere between Michigan and Tennessee.
We
went
used to
through
stay at them
some-
all the time.
We went through some weird phase when we were living with my grandma where, I don't know, it must have been like an okay year where like 2 or 3 times we just went into the Chicago suburbs and stayed in an Embassy Suites. And I was like, we are living life.
Wow, man.
They would have free popcorn.
Yep.
Oh, it was we'd play elevator tag and get yelled at. It was the best.
Elevator tag.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
2 women
The
at a
dispatch,
fight
was called
on Christmas.
A fight between 2 women at a holiday party. 2 sheriff's deputies drove to a home in the
By the way, who's-
6700 block of 207th Street, Court East in Spanaway.
Spanaway.
They spoke to a woman in the living room. That's a great sentence. They spoke to a woman in the living room.
Where'd you get that? Can you be more
Hard
specific?
takes.
I know.
So provocative.
She had a fresh cut on her face just under her eye. She said she had been arguing about magic spells with another woman at the party who threw her cup at her. Guys, we're going to the
I
wrong
feel like these were
parties.
picked just for me. These stories.
They were.
Thank
They're
you.
Okay, so
Two women on
I'm delighted
Christmas.
right now.
Two women on Christmas Day arguing about magical spells. With
one of them
woman
throws the
throws a cup at another one in the living room.
Wait, why wouldn't their boyfriends or girlfriend
Have
their all right,
Because they're
One of their
dating
cats
ghosts.
was back in
Yeah.
They're dating ghosts.
I got cat back up here if you want.
We're just a regular run-of-the-mill,
This is two cat ladies going at it. Going at
run-of-the-mill
each other.
Christmas Day magic spell argument.
That's it, man. Every Christmas we have to have this argument. Every Christmas we have to have the argument whether magic spells work or not. Boil, toil, and trouble.
The injured woman.
I can do telekinesis.
Can
Why
you?
are you
I'm
not
about to move this cup
I'm
across
about
this
to
room.
move
What am I
this cup
thinking right now?
into your face?
What am I thinking right now? I'm thinking you're about to get a cup under your eye, bitch. Wing.
The injured woman
Psychic.
said she and the other woman weren't related and had never lived together. Why is that coming up?
We are
What?
not related.
And
we
we
have
have
never
lived
lived
together.
On some level,
Man, we haven't asked you any questions.
man, we just asked you how you got the cut under your eye. But the truth of the matter
So you
is,
lived together and you tried to marry her. She wouldn't marry you.
do not
So
write
you're not
that down.
related.
no, do not
write
live
that
together,
down.
and
That's
we are
what
not
I got.
related.
That's what I got from what you said.
Put that away.
The article.
Ooh, I'm gonna put a spell on these cops. It won't work. You shut up, Barb. It won't work.
I am a vampire.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're not.
The only
No,
thing you do
she
is suck
isn't.
the life out of this room.
She put a hex on this party.
Oh, they were not related and had never lived together.
Okay. Love this so
Other
much.
party guests said everyone had been drinking throughout the night. So there's
Yep.
other people who are just drunk. Now paint that in your mind. If
They're
people around the room being like,
They're trying to mitigate the craziness of these two
They're
people.
like, this is just drunk.
We all were really out of control.
"You ready for another
Could have
fun
been any of
sentence?"
us.
The deputies, imagine these cops too, that are like, you know what? We have to work on Christmas Day, but
So
this
mad.
is worth it.
Okay. Well, this is
Here's
worth
the next sentence. Okay, I'm going to read it together. The injured woman said she and the other woman weren't related and had never lived together. Other party guests said everyone had been drinking throughout the night. Then the deputies entered an upstairs bedroom and spoke to a second woman who was crying.
Oh, no.
She said the first woman had been casting spells on her,
Yep.
so she threw the cup at her.
All right.
What? And I hope she ended it with, "What do you want me to do?"
My hands were tied in this scenario.
She's casting spells. I mean, all I had was a cup.
Yeah. Listen, what do I got to do? I throw a cup at her or drive a van through a Dollar Tree? You
What
tell
sh-
me.
You tell me.
There's no way she's going to admit it if she was doing it, right?
The spell?
The spell
Well,
caster.
she will if you say you don't believe in him, I bet.
Okay, maybe.
The deputy cuffed the woman and took her outside. I think this is living room woman, not bed. Well, no, it would be bedroom woman because she's the one crying.
Yeah, because she
And
threw the
she
cup.
threw the cup.
She threw the cup.
The deputy cuffed the woman and took her outside. He told her she was under arrest for 4th-degree assault. Didn't we have 5th degree a few weeks ago?
5th degree was like, 1st degree is the worst. 1st degree murder, that's the word, capital murder.
Right.
2nd degree, not so bad. 3rd degree, 4th degree, that could be a hug.
He gave her a citation and released her.
Yeah,
So
okay.
she's not arrested.
Here's your
Just
ticket,
Please
you're
don't
gone.
throw cups.
Please
Sorry
don't throw-
about the spells that have been cast on you.
Yeah. And by the way, they keep saying cup, so it's not a glass.
Right.
It is just a cup. It could be a
It's probably
plastic
like-
cup.
Yes,
it could be
it's probably like
Party
a
center.
McDonald's collective Dick Tracy
So
cup.
who called the cops? Party bummer.
Thank you. Serious party.
I'll tell
And
you
also
who.
the woman who threw the cup is like, look, just completely admitting it.
I did it.
Right.
Just talk to her for
She's a
5
witch
minutes.
bitch. Yeah,
but I love.
I dare you to talk to her for 5
This
minutes.
is like, this is like Giuliani being like, collusion's not such a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like he's already.
Yeah, right.
I
He's
thought
just
I
saying-
was backing him up.
Yeah.
Saying
These
those
cops
things.
walked in. She probably was like, "Do you believe her? Because she's a witch. She probably put a spell on you."
She's a kitchen
Did
witch
I throw a
because she was
cup at
in the
her?
kitchen.
Yes. Would you have done the same thing? Yes, ma'am. Stop answering your own questions.
The woman's daughter and son-in-law said they would take her to a hotel.
A holodome. Look,
That's
we got
the
it.
end of the story.
That's the
I
end.
have no clue. So who lives
We
at this
got
The
this,
witches'
guys.
kids are taking her to a
We
or
don't
the
know.
cup thrower.
The cup thrower.
Cup thrower.
Whistleblower. It's all
This
right,
is
guys.
the greatest Christmas ever.
We got her. We'll take her to a hotel.
So what
and
was
you'll
that
get a
movie?
hotel tonight on Christmas Eve?
So I want to
Christmas
say
Day?
The Witches of Eastwick versus Practical Magic. Those two movies. I mean, those are just a
Well
group,
done.
a cabal
Throw
of
in the
ladies.
Craft and Hocus Pocus.
Craft and Hocus Pocus, and they're just whipping up spells against
Witches
dudes.
of Eastwick, I'll say there's something I felt like
Nicholson, right?
Yeah, last time I saw that movie, there was just something too weird about that movie for me to even watch. Do you remember that movie?
I don't think I ever got through it.
Cher, right?
Yeah, I remember it.
Cher and Michelle Pfeiffer. No,
Goldie Hawn?
No.
No.
No,
whatever it was, I do think like they shot the
Michelle
film and
Pfeiffer.
it was too stretched
Cher,
out.
Michelle Pfeiffer, and I'm going to say
Deborah
this.
It might be Deborah Winger.
No.
And Mackay Pfeiffer. Just kidding.
I've got it for you, Jason.
Dan, all right, what do you got? Witches of
Witches of
Eastwick.
Are Michelle Pfeiffer?
Oh gosh darn it.
Who is
Sh-
Jack Nicholson.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Cher.
Not
Do you want it? Or do you-
Madeline Kahn.
No.
Sharon Stone.
Richard Jenkins.
Yeah. Oh,
Veronica
Nice.
Cartwright.
yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Thank
Oh,
you. Thank you.
And third build.
Third bill.
Third
Oh,
bill.
wait.
Bette Midler.
Nope.
It feels like a Bette
Good
Midler
guess, good guess.
joint. Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon.
Nicely done.
I'll win this whole
That was
thing.
exciting.
And I would watch all of those people reenact this Christmas. That's
Witches of Eastwick 2 should
Christmas
be
of
this month.
Eastwick.
Christmas of Eastwick.
Let me make a
Sarandon
couple calls. We got
Yes.
the plot line.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Let's do it.
Lock in
Sarandon
the
is
budget.
Marilyn,
Sarandon is the
Marilyn.
doubter. Cher is the witch.
Yeah.
And then
And it's a cup.
And
Get
it's
it?
a cup.
It's
Dude,
a cup.
I'm
Yeah.
so into this movie.
chalice.
I'm so into this movie. Oh, there we go.
all right,
That's
there's
a-
a
that's
show.
a show.
Ah,
Boom. Done.
beautiful,
Finished.
beautiful. Marilyn, again, Marilyn, go check it out to find out all the things
Go
she's
see
doing.
her on
and the new
Valentine's
podcast.
Day in Connecticut.
Yeah, the night before Valentine's Day, the 13th in Connecticut. And
No, she
You're doing
said
the 14th
they're
and
doing
the
the 14th.
16th.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Go see her
Yeah,
then.
you
Marilyn,
know. 'Cause my
Marilyn.
husband says we don't do anything anyway. You know.
Oh, that's so romantic.
I know.
So sweet.
And truthful.
Listen, your
No,
husband.
who wants to spend extra
He's just
money?
trying to help.
It's a trumped up holiday.
He's just trying to help.
He's just trying to help.
He's going to give you time to drop the 15 pounds. And
Trying
then,
to help.
and then, look, I'm giving you space.
All right, what a beautiful day in Dog People Town with Mary Lynn. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
It's a good show.